Hey guys, this is Sid Patel from USA Spirits Ratings. We're live from San Francisco and I have David here with me. He's the lead bartender at Four Seasons in San Francisco. We're going to talk a little bit about, how the buying works at this, bars which are located in hotels, especially the chain hotels, right? So David, thanks for joining me here.
You're welcome, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Great. We were just having a chat about, how when it comes to the buying for your own bar or outlet that you're managing, what kind of guidelines you have to adhere to, what kind of metrics you have to look for. And one of the things that you say is, let's say, for example, 30%, you have to manage your portfolio that has to fit to certain criteria, right? So walk me over, how does it work?
Okay, so I'm at the Four Seasons Embarcadero here in San Francisco. In fact, there's a second Four Seasons over on Market Street. And in order to keep a uniformity amongst all the Four Seasons, which are worldwide, they do have a list, a preferred list of purchasing things that we're allowed to purchase. There's beers and wines, which is uniform for the hotel group. So out of these ideas, we get to make our own selections to make it personal for our hotel. So at Embarcadero, I have our standard Amaros, but then we have a much deeper list of Amaro in there. So when I'm looking at purchasing something, I'm kind of looking at what our restaurant and our hotel is doing at the time.
Okay.
Currently, we're doing an Italian menu.
Okay.
So we're leaning a lot more towards new Italian products. So whereas we've kept our standard California wines, our standard local beer lists in play, but we're also adding a lot more imported items.
So let's go right there so I can get the context here. So this is a classic example. Let's say you're throwing Italian program, that's your theme. Obviously some opportunities are there for some producers to get in, if they are servicing this new concept that you're promoting right now this month, let's say. In our case, it's Italian, right? So it can be Italian spirits, it can be Italian beers, it can be Italian wines. Now you say that some products are already approved nationally. Now you meant the category or the brand names?
Actual brand names.
Okay, so basically in that it's up to you. You can buy 5 cases or 1 cases, but you don't have to worry about head office because it's already approved that this particular brand you can buy.
Absolutely.
And then you said you have some leverage to make a state level decision or your own venue level decision and buy a program as long as it's matching the concept at that particular time.
That's exactly how the operation.
All right. But where do people get this data from? Like, let's say you just said that you are planning an Italian menu. So how can sellers be more prepared, and how do they know what's going on at your concept?
Well, the brand itself does do a lot of marketing and PR on the outside. So if somebody was to look at us and take a look, like before they did a cold call or just come in, it would be very easy to just go online, find out what it is we're doing, and take a look at what the general picture is of what we have, what the operation we have going.
Won't that be too late? Like, don't you plan, about 3 months before the social media post, for example?
The seasonal would happen, but we are very well committed to the new Orifo, which is the restaurant which we established, and that's where we're focusing right now. Because at the Four Seasons Embarcadero, it is just the one restaurant which is in operation there. So we are, as I said, we are very committed to that idea of keeping the Italian menu inside.
Okay. Let's go back in the meeting that a supplier has with you, right? They got this chance, they know exactly there is a gap. Now this Italian producer is trying to talk about the product. Like, what are the 3 or 4 things that you personally pay good attention to, in getting a yes?
One, that there is availability of the product. A lot of where the product is produced from, and a little bit of the story behind it. We have one product in particular that comes to mind, a Trebbiano, which is a female winemaker. They very local, regional grapes, and then that story can carry on to the table.
Any other, just on a closing mark, like any other tips that you have for brands, who are especially trying to pitch into, big chain hotel bars? Like how to approach them? Like, for example, I think one of the biggest thing which I've personally seen is the gatekeepers and, getting, where is David? When does he come? What is ours? So what is a nice growth hack for people to get in front of you, at least for the meeting?
I think we've always been fairly open, so I don't see it as much difficulty as.
So you just walk in and show up in the bar?
Well, it makes it a little bit harder, but it's at our establishment. There's a lot of time schedules which are involved. Most of the people realize between 3 and 4 o'clock is kind of the nicest time to be able to come in and even do a greeting or hello.
Okay.
And we do give a lot of respect to the distributor that's coming in to speak with you, because they put a lot of time and effort just to get there. So I think for us, it's not as difficult as
understood. I mean, you said 3 to 4 p.m. I'll take that for example.
Is most often.
What about days? Like, I'm sure Friday is a big no, but let's say Monday to Thursday or even Friday. What's a good day where you have relaxed, time and you can talk to suppliers?
Usually a little bit earlier in the week it keeps the supplier in mind for the rest of the week.
Okay.
Right, and so because like if you come in on a Friday, even though it may be a little slower, Friday's not what they used to be. Come Monday morning, it's a little more forgotten about. So a little bit earlier in the week. One thing with hotels is there's a series and layers of meetings and meetings and meetings, and in little hoops that you have to go through in order to get products on, so that during the week schedule helps a lot in that fashion.